What's something you wouldn't tolerate a supposed other doing that you yourself do? Insulting me. If and so insults me, they're gone, but I insult myself on a daily basis. I can get pretty unreasonable when something is lost. Like I jump right into anger and blaming other people, and most of the time it turns out that it was my own fault. I have zero tolerance for that kind of thing from my partners. That said, I also tolerate things that I would never do myself, because I feel like people are unique and you don't have to be treated identically in order to be treated fairly. Get angry enough to raise my voice over a meaningless disagreement. Basically poor emotional control response. Being on the receiving end of that sucks. Also the giving end after you come back down. Half-assing chores. I can cut myself some slack, but I'm less likely to be understanding when my husband doesn't clean something perfectly. I'm working on being grateful that it's done regardless. Disrespecting my parents. I can vent about them as much as I want, but if he says something like, "Yeah, they're being ridiculous," I get upset. Nothing. Why would I do something if I wouldn't be comfortable with my partner doing it? Because everyone is human. I have a lot of great qualities as a partner. Being a slight hypocrite is one of my flaws. I think it's important for me to know this and say it out loud, otherwise I can't work on it. To answer the being on screens around the kids. I get irritated when he does it, but sometimes don't even realize that I'm doing it too. Eating poorly. When I was living alone, I was often too lazy to cook and end up reaching for non-nutritious snacks or not eating at all. When my partner and I were living together, I would cook just to make sure he would eat well, and he would do the same for me. Unhealthy meals once in a while are fine, but I would be upset if he had poor eating habits, cause that would really hurt him in the long run. However, when he isn't around, I often reach for instant noodles cause I just don't like to cook. Blowing off house chores. I do more around the house, sometimes I don't always do it immediately. If he has something on his to-do list, it's because I asked specifically for his help. Suffering in silence. Whether that's not communicating a relationship need, or struggling with mental health, or what. I want someone to feel comfortable talking to me and sharing problems with me. But I can't communicate to save my life, I just freeze up and tolerate things to avoid conflict. Being controlling. Try to tell me how to plan a trip, how to do certain chores, how to cook a certain way, what road to take. Hell no. I am working on not being so controlling myself though. Not communicating when I'm bothered by something, upset, self-harming, or in general my mind state becoming worse. It deeply upsets me when my partner doesn't tell me honestly about something I do or have done that bugs them, or if there are ways I need to be better, or if they just in general aren't having a good time, but I'm constantly guilty of staying quiet about things. I always feel like if I give myself enough time to think about it I will get over it, and there's no point in putting stress on that person if I can just move past it myself. I still tolerate it because I know it's my bad habit and I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but once I find out about stuff they hadn't brought up to me I linger on it for too long and start questioning everything else they may not have said or may not be saying. Bad-mouthing my friends/family. I vent a lot about particular family members and this one friend that's not so good to me but is a childhood friend and hard to part with. It doesn't bother me if my so agrees with my side in a story, like, "Yeah, that was shitty of them," but if they were to go off and be like, "Oh, your dad is an awful person," I would probably banish them from my life. I think the difference to me is I'm just venting and it's a small part of who my friends/family are, so I'm really the only one that's qualified to say something like that? If that makes sense. I really can't think of anything of the sort. Hypocrisy and double standards are some of my biggest pet peeves, and if I realized I was doing that to my partner I'd have to rectify it immediately. Ripping nasty farts. There can only be one. Being cluttered. But I think it's BC what I consider to be cluttered and what other people consider cluttered are so different. I currently have 5 whole things on my couch table and 3 of them need to be put away, and to me that's hella cluttered. My ex's idea of cluttered is there is so much stuff all over the couch and around it he has to move shit before he can sit. Being lonely and depressed without asking for help. Cuddle my friends. Honestly, if they did something to me they wouldn't tolerate having done to them. Can't stand hypocrisy or double standards. Bleeding heavily for a week a month. That guy is going to the fucking hospital by the second hour. Being indecisive. And also never initiating sex. I can't tolerate my fiancé not loving himself and everything about him. I do everything in my power to make him see himself the way I do, and it has helped it. He tries to help me do the same. I hope to get there too one day. The dangers of double standards. Sometimes I get irritable for an unknown reason and I try to hide it because I know I'm the problem. Usually something else is bothering me and I haven't figured out what it is or how to express it yet, so it comes out sideways. Thankfully my so is a very patient person and never takes it personally, because I try to tell him constantly in those moments that it's really not his fault. That being said, because he is such a chill, even-tempered person, his rare moments of being upset or irritable, although never close to mine because honestly he's just a better person than I am, always feel like I'm personally responsible, even when he reassures me that I didn't do anything wrong. I require more emotional validation from him than he does from me, and it's lopsided in a way that can be unfair to him. We have a great relationship so these moments aren't very frequent, but this is currently the trait I least like about how I act in our relationship. Chewing loudly, it's my one pet peeve that I have about my perfect partner. I though, can't hear it when I do it on occasion. It surprisingly doesn't bother him, but he will always give me that hilarious sassy look calling me out for my own hypocrisy. Using humor to avoid a topic or responsibility. I'm working on this and I hate when it happens. Let every little thing that goes wrong bother them. Sorry, babe, I'm the worst. Doing nothing with your life. I can't be the one to kick you in your ass to tell you to get up and do something and provide motivation for you. I need that shit myself. I'm doing okay. Baby steps here and there though. My bras, I have maybe one really good one that I wear on special occasions, then I have like 3 maybe 4 regular t-shirt bras. Now I have one that is super comfortable and I wear it all the damn time. I could wear it for a week without washing. I mean, come on ladies, we all have that one bra. Well anyway, my ex saw that I wasn't washing my bra after every single use. So he decided to wear his boxers multiple times in a row without washing. We got into a whole argument about it. He called me a hypocrite because of the whole bra situation. Until I explained that there is a massive difference between underwear and bras. 2, our boobs don't do the same as what downstairs do. I change my underwear every day. 3, it's disgusting to walk around in the same boxers multiple days in a row. Pee can leak and some people don't wipe properly, so yeah, skid marks. 4, it's unhygienic to wear the same underwear more than once. But he turned put to be disgusting anyway, would take him up to 2 days to shower after sex. Soon broke up with him when I found that out.